possibility versus one or the other, and what that holds for the future. But so we'll see what happens. I rocked her boat a little bit. I used the Dorper view as the supreme champion view, so saying that she is the best one out there. So we'll see if they don't. Hopefully some people will see the light. But one of the other things I wanted to do this evening is just kind of give you an update as to where we are with the unit. Y'all might recognize this is the old unit. Oh, I can't use this because I'm not. Old barns in the back. And I put this more or less just to kind of give you a bearing. You see the football stadium in the background. This is one of the grain science buildings. But we're only moving, I think that's 60, 70 yards across there. So we're not going anywhere. We're where we've always been. Well, there's a night shot of the new unit. That's what it looks like right now. Two new buildings there. Two new buildings. This building is a 40 by 240, and this building is a 80 by 130. With a 40 by 110 on the back side of it.
How did you get the funding?
We bag pleaded, borrowed, stole. No. The corner of that where the old unit was, there's 14 acres there on the corner. And the Kansas State University Foundation purchased those 14 acres for $1.17 million. And then our former dean, Dr. Fred Chalik, who's now the president of the K-State Foundation, before he left the College of Ag, he gave us another $200,000, and then we sold a spot of land to Westar to put a substation, and I don't know what all Dr. Odie got out of that sale, but he gave me $300,000 of it, so I didn't ask any questions. But he's been really supportive of us throughout. So we actually have a sheep and meat goat center now, and I'm just going to sit here. There's a kind of warning shot. My dad criticized me because my pickup's sitting in the front there. We are planning.
It's a little tower.
It's architecture.
What?
Architecture.
It's a barbecue pit.
How many hundred thousand? Actually, what this is coyote lookout. And we're looking for the two-legged ones and the four-legged ones.
Looks like a crematorium for aborted land.
The plan is that we will we're going through this branding and all that, but and who can use the Power Cat, who can't use the Power Cat. The Power Cat is now the Department of Athletics, and but we want a Power Cat right there on the very front of that building. And so I might have to go to dinner with Mr. Snyder and see if he'll let us tweet that.
But we can use it with if you put
K-State Research and Extension. Yeah. But then we don't put teaching on there, and then Don Boggs gets upset.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're going to do something up there. This door on the far right is going to be just more or less equipment storage. But then the two big doors in the middle, that will be hay storage all right there. Then there's a concrete pad outside this walk-through door, forgive me, Bob, but,
Okay, I can't see what you're doing.
but there's a square, pad there that we'll put our drain bins right out here. And then we've got 4, augers coming in the barn. And then we've got a 20 by, or 23 actually by 40 concrete pad in there to store drain. Because down below this facility is where the new K-State feed mill's gonna go. And they're gonna be able to mix any diet, any ration that we'll need. So for any research projects, we'll have those available to us.
How much land do you still have there? Then you
We'll have
said?
7, we've got about 65 grazable acres there. You can see these PVC pipes coming up. That's where we'll have our waters installed, and there'll be electric heated waters. This is going to be a load out area, and I've got a close up of it here in just a bit. But these are 20 feet wide, and there's 30 feet underneath the pen space and 30 feet outside. There'll be a 12-foot alleyway back here behind. And if we get into the case that we need to do a nutrition trial or something, we'll have the ability to divide every one of those pens again. And so what we've got in this barn is 7 pens, and the barn to the south will be 5 pens. So we'll actually have the ability to use 24 pens if necessary. We've got a light or 2 in the barns, so we should be able to see everything. The other thing that we did, because we didn't want to play with light too much, is we put a low-level line on the timer that I can just run those at night if I want to, or I can run the big floods, you know, all night, just depending on what we've got going, what we have in there. We'll have an alleyway that comes, that everything dumps out into, goes right down here, and you either turn right and go out to all the pastures, or you turn left and come back around to the barn to the south. This will stay a green area, and we'll use that as kind of a show place. You just get a little better look at that there.
Are you gonna mow that grass or are you gonna graze it?
We will probably mow this most of the time. Now, the reason I say that, Ron, is because you know, we want to keep the golf course practically, because then when we start taking pictures, then we've got pretty green pasture to put our sheep on. We'll probably use it more than anything to put stud rams and stud bucks on.
Do you have any runoff off of that?
Yeah, there's actually 2 drains. There's a drain right here and a drain right here, and it all daylights into a pasture just to the west of this. Okay, now that we're at the southwest corner of the complex, and so you have this alleyway that runs around to the north of the building and goes out to all the pastures. All the pastures are to the north of the complex. And then there's another set of pins here, and then as we turn and look, you'll see each one of those 5 doors rolls up, and essentially you've got this same scenario inside. We'll look at that in just a minute. There will be bunk line feeders on both sides of these pads, these concrete pads. Those are 24 foot long, and there'll be about 3 foot of space in between those bunk line feeders. The working facility is indoors, and so those animals will come up this back side and come in this door right here. And then they can exit out of the building and come back out of this door, and we can dump them back however we need to. There's the load out. We've got one that we can load lambs out of and not have any problems, or we can take them around. We're going to build a set